Hello, how are you doing today? Thank you for this class. Thank you for doing so. Um, we approached the concept of self-help using the all inclusive knowledge of Enneagram. Enneagram, did you heard Enneagram? Did you ever heard that? Enneagram is a personality theory, one of the personality theory that famous um, theory. So I want begin with a comprehensive Enneagram personality test to make you aware of your dominant personality type, and it keep you for the rest of the journey. Okay, so I defined the Enneagram is defines key concepts such as the centers, the wings, the wings, the centers, the level of development, the direction of integration, and disintegration, and the three instincts. The three instincts to provide a well-rounded understanding of the Enneagram logistics. Additional, it provides examples from several case studies to prove why Enneagram is among the most reliable self-help resource today. So through this class, through breakdown of your personality type and all the other types, including the pros, cons, strengths, limitations, and the common fear of each. So this as each lecture answer the frequently asked questions regarding how the types can identify and overcome challenges, enhance overall well-being, foster spiritual wellness, and harness their personal strengths to leave a lasting impact on the world. So you can follow, you can find, and you can find an easy to follow bulleted list that describe the personality types in a concise manner. This lecture addressed the personal healing by providing step-by-step exercises and techniques each type can apply to their self-improvement journey. Okay. So this class is designed to help you navigate your journey of the self-awareness and improvement through Enneagram in a way that is clear-cut and engaging. So today we talked about the basic of the Enneagram, and then breaking it down about the wings, the three instincts, and the three centers. we can learn that the concept, okay? At the core of every human being is the desire to fulfill a sense of best self, right? And fully achieve your purpose in life. Everyone longs to feel understood and to have meaningful, loving, long lasting relationships. Why then is it so common to see people wandering aimlessly through life, not sure how to unlock their true potential or be who they were designed to be? Across the globe, psychologists, spiritual teachers, and coaches find an Enneagram to be a useful method in cultivating a higher sense of self-awareness and self-helping, healing, building stronger relationships, and establishing a deeper sense of life's purpose. The Enneagram can be broken down to the Greek roots Ennea, no? Ennea means nine. And the grandma's figure is a nine figures. Use a map of nine distinct personality types. While the definite origins of the Enneagram are unclear, the theory has roots in both the mystical, ismatic sect of Sufism and esoteric, okay, mystical Islamic sect of Sufism and esoteric Christianity dating back thousands of years. Yeah. Islamic sect, Sufism, and erotic, esoteric Christianity. The figure is represented geometrically as a star shape. The star shape with the 9 points drawn within a circle. Each of 9 points represent the personality type. Okay. It's of 9 points represented personality type and psychological motivations of the particular type. So, although most people can identify percentage of each of 9 points in their personality type, which is the type they naturally always most close with. Expert has determined that each person is born with a dominant type, but their type will continue to be molded throughout childhood as their sense of self develops. We will explore the depths of the Enneagram, including basic personality types, wings, instinctual variants. It's called the subtypes, and the level of health. Within its personality type, you will have a look at the strengths and the superpowers, primary fears, challenges, paths to spiritual wellness, and the continuum levels of development. You will have the chance to understand both the risks and the potential for greatness within your personality type and how you can harness this knowledge to be your best self. Enneagram, this tool can be incredibly useful. Useful for increasing your success at work, solving problems, and developing a deeper sense of compassion for with your partner, and helping the children in your life feel better understand and embraced. Taking all of these factors into account, this lecture will provide a comprehensive guide for its personality type to utilize for self-healing and self-growth. Okay. So breaking down the type 1, reformer. The reformer, type 1, The perfectionistic is the reformer, the perfectionistic, idealistic, purposeful, structured type. The type 2, helper. The helper. The caring, compassionate, giving, possessive type. Okay. Type 3, the achiever. The driven, competitive, success-oriented type. The type 3, the achiever. Type 4, the individualist. The creative, the romantic, expressed, withdrawing type. That type is type 4, the individualist. Type 5, the investigator. The analytical, this type is analytical, innovative, acceptive, secretive type. The type 5 we call the investigator. Okay, the type 6, the loyalist. The loyalists are the reliable, skeptical, responsible type. Okay. Type 6, the enthusiast. Enthusiast, the fun, loving, adventurous, scattered, spontaneous type. The type 8 we call the challenger. The bold, confrontational, the powerful, domineering type. It's an 8, type 8. The type 9, the peacemaker. The mellow, agreeable, reassuring, complacent type. Each personality type has the capacity to have a positive impact on the world in a healthy way and to cause great distress to themselves and others when they are unhealthy. Without acute self-awareness, people will struggle to achieve self-actualization or self-transcendence, which enhance the role of the ego. So it can increase level of existential depressions, frustration, pessimism, distress, and numbness. Luckily, the knowledge of the Enneagram can be fostered to make people more aware of their own strengths and weakness, reactive tendencies, and what they need to do feel truly fulfilled. This knowledge can play into psychological and spiritual growth as well by helping people to get out of their own way by understanding their limitation and discovering new methods of the healing that work best for their personality type. The finding your type. You can find your type. You search the online with your basic personality type of Enneagram. You can find your type. Select the response to each situation the most closely applied to you. You can find it's a question. There are 10 questions. It's a basic personality type. So you can find doing is an example. Question 1. Which of the following is the highest priority to you? So number one over A, yeah, doing things the right way, being good. Number 2 or B, doing things to feel important and wanted, and blah 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 blah, continue. So number 9 is obtaining harmony and peace of mind. So number 1 is 1 type, 2 type, 3, 4, 5, 6 through the 9. Question 2. Which of the following are you most afraid of? Question 3. What is your understanding of how other people view you? And number 4 question. What tends to frustrate you the most about other people? Question 5. When it comes to your friends groups, which of the following is most like you? And question 6. Other people often tell you that you are principled, kind, impressive, unique, blah blah blah. Question 7. Which of the following has posted the biggest struggle to you in your relationship with others? Question 8. When you set out to do a project you want it to be. Question 9. In your workplace, environment, or organizations, which of the following roles are you most likely to play? Question 10 is the last one. Which of the following gives you the most energy and fulfills you the most? Question number 11. How do you deal with confrontation? Yeah. So you read the question. It's different types of question. This is basic personality test. So you can find the Enneagram test online. Okay. So what is what is your type? Okay. The score type is a majority A, or 1 is a high possibility of type 1. Majority B or 2 is a high possibility of type 2. Type 3, type 4, yeah. It's a high possibility of type 2 equal B or 2, number 2. Number 3 or C equal high possibility of type 3. Okay. Majority D or 4 equal high possibility of type 4. Okay. As previously mentioned, it is important to remember that every human being has a certain percentage of all 9 types written down. Okay. Basic personality tests are only a baseline. They just begin to scratch the surface of the Enneagram. Okay. Additionally, basic personality tests are only accurate 50% to 70% of the time. It takes some people years to truly identify which type they were. If you are having trouble identifying your type from the quiz, or if you have several types that score the same or nearly the same, don't worry. The rest of this lecture is designed to help you deep into each of type and give you all the information you need to truly figure out your type and all it contains. Remember, one of the best way to determine your type is to pay attention to the primary motivation and the fears list of each type. Okay. Okay. We're gonna talk about break it down. Yeah. Breaking it down. The first thing is the wings. We talked about the wings and the 3 instincts, the 3 center. So wings. First, I talked about wings. These 2 types are located adjacent to a person's main type and are called the wings. The wings serve to complement and add more layers to the basic personality type. Wings can be considered as the second side of a person's relationship and should be given just as much attention as the dominant type, with trying to foster greater self-awareness. Um, the wings create a more multifaceted distinction of personality characteristics and may serve to check some of the boxes people feel are left empty by the description of their basic personality type. Okay, the three instincts, sometimes called subtype. These subtypes, the three instincts, are used to further classify each of the 9 personality types and draw much needed distinctions between behaviors and personality manifestations in the world. As human beings, we are all biologically equipped with instinctual knowledge, which serve to keep our species alive and thriving. While every human being has traces of all three instincts, prominent instincts vary from person to person. The 9 personality types and the 3 instincts yield 27 possible combinations of types and the dominant instinct called instinctual variant. The self-prevention instinct is dedicated to preserving the body and its function. This person is very concerned with personal health and well-being and will constantly to trying to ensure they have all resources they need to keep their energy level up so they can face anything life throws their way. At their healthiest, self-prevention types do a good job valuing self-care and fostering a comfortable and effective growth environment for themselves. Unhealthiness can manifest in obsessive tendencies, rigidity, health anxiety, or disordered sleeping, exercising, and eating disordered. The social instinct, self-prevention, and the social instinct. These things, self-prevention instinct, social instinct. The social instinct tends to be the most adaptive instincts of the three. The social instinct types are interested in being able to adapt adapt to a kind of social setting they find themselves in. They have an acute awareness of their own presence, how they are being perceived by others, and the impact they have in all contexts of their existence. At their hardest, social type contribute incredible things to the world and make people feel joyful, comfortable, and inspired in their presence. Unhealthy social type can fall into pattern of neglecting their own need for the purpose of the greater good, becoming too invested in what other people think of them, or ending up in uncomfortable and potentially unsafe situation without meaning to. Another instinct, sexual. The sexual instinct is driven by an intense desire for intimacy and a deeper connection with people. They have a knack for distinguishing levels of attraction between themselves and other people. The person chemistry sought out of bisexual type does not necessarily relate to physical acts as much as it does the exhilaration of experiencing deep, moving interpersonal connections. At their healthiest, sexual type are in touch with their emotions and the emotions of others. They possess extreme level of empathy and they create life-changing relationships with others. However, it is easy for sexual type to lose themselves in the quest for depth and chemistry, which can lead to being overly emotional and harsh. The sexual type can experience issues with both hypersexuality and never feeling truly fulfilled, as well as hesitance and sexual dysfunction in healthy relationships where doubt or emotional issues still linger. The three center we call the triad. The 9 Enneagram personality types can be divided into 3 units: the instinctive, feeling, and the thinking. instinctive, instinctive. Instinctive feeling and thinking. It's pretty unique. Type 8, type 8, type 9 and 1. 9 and 1. The feeding to the instinctive center. Where the common reaction to being out of balance is anger or frenzy. These emotions take on physical forms within its personality type. The type 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4 are in the feeling center. The type 2, 3, and 4 are in the feeling center where emotional reactions are the most common. The emotion in the feeling center is shame. Shame. And they're the battered feeling of inadequacy in a variety of ways. In the thinking center are type 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. The 5, 6, 7, the emotion is fear. It's a fear. And the types of reaction to be are highly intellectualized. Enneagram, the Enneagram types are formed by combination of a person's basic personality type plus one type from each of the three centers. It's a 1, 2, 5 is an example of a 1, 2, 5 Enneagram 3 types. In these 3 types, the person dominant type is a dominant type 1, 2, 5. It's a tri-type. One is dominant. Yeah. When the strategies of the instinctual center aren't working for them, they may switch to adapt the qualities of the feeling center in the form of type 2. Okay? With an increased sense of generosity, helpful attitude, compassion, and the desire to feel loved. If these options doesn't work for them, they are like to move to the third number. Third number is a type 5 and exhibit qualities of intellectualism, observation, and increased introversion. Okay, so 1 to 5 is a dominant, it's a emotional, yeah? It's a feeling center and the thinking center. It's a, when the strategy of the instinctual center aren't working. Next, it's a instinct. So next you use the type 2. If this not working, is next type 5 is working. Okay. Directions of integration and distinction. This integration is growth, yeah, and this integration is stress. It's a direction. The arrow on the Enneagram figure represents the shift in each of the personality type in times of stress and time of security. Integration takes place when a person is fully in tune with their needs, acting upon their strengths, keeping their weakness under healthy control, and experiencing a sense of balance in all areas. The direction of integration is as follows. Integration, the growth. Integration, direction, integration, direction of the integration. One, 7, 7. Direction 2, 5, 5, 8, 8, 2, 2, 4, 4, 1. Then 9, 2, 3, 3, 2, 6, 6 to 9. This means that during a state of a personal growth, security, well-being, and balance, integration, so each type takes on the healthy tendencies of the type of the right of the arrow. Subsequently, if the person is in a state of crisis, stress, stagnancy, regression, and poor health, and the person and that person is said to be experiencing disintegration. In this state, people act out of great unconsciousness and they developed more toxic behavior patterns such as anger, withdrawal, or manipulation in an effort to get what they want. These behaviors often begin during childhood as a method of obtaining what a person wants or needs, but then, but when they persist in adulthood, they are no longer effective and can cause great harm and dysfunctions. The direction of this integration works backward. As a backward. So, 9 to 6. Integration is a red. This integration is a black arrow. 9 to 6, 6 to 3, 3 to 9, 1 to 4, 4 to 2, 2 to 8, 8 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 1. So, the last things, the continuum of the level of development. Its personality type is composed of the various attitudes, behaviors, defense mechanisms, and motivating factors. Understanding these elements of its type lead not only to more profound understanding of the type itself, but also the role of ego psychology within its type. The role of ego is determined based upon a person's capacity to be in the present moment. The higher up someone sits on the continuum, the greater the mindfulness, open-hearted presence, and overall awareness. Downward is a movement on the continuum. It's a result of greater ego identification, which stunts personal growth and brings about more negative patterns of behavior. The level 1 to 3 are considered healthy range, where in level 1 represent liberation, level 2 represent psychological capacity, and the level 3 represent the healthy feelings of social value. Level 4 to 6 are considered average. Level 4 represent imbalance and the social role. Level 5 represent the personal control, and level 6 represent overcompensation. The unhealthy range can be found in level 7 to 9, with violation 7, obsession and compulsion 8, and pathological destruction 9. All in all, the levels tied together all are the knowledge of Enneagram and serve to answer more specific questions about personality shaped within individual experiences. Today, we think about the Enneagram, the origin, and what type and basic of the Enneagram, the breaking down. Okay, wings, the 3 instincts, the 3 center. Rings is the both side. Okay, dominant is the both side. The 3 instinct, this means subtype, and this self-preservation, the social instincts, sexual instinct. The 3 center are, we call 3 center are in 3 centers instinctive feeling and thinking that we call the triads. Okay, and it's a name, type 1, the reformer. You remember that? Yeah, you have to memorize the type 1, the reformer, type 2, the helper, type 3, the achiever, type 4, the individualist, type 5, the investigator, type 6, the loyalist, type 7, the enthusiast, type 8, the challenger, type 9, the peacemaker. Next week, we learn the Enneagram type 1, the reformer. Okay. See you. Bye bye. Thank you very much.